Then graphical user interface. Let me inform you once again. Graphical user interface means the users are having the interactive things followed by the some graphical manners. So these graphical manners handled by the widgets, and widgets are what bread and butter to make your software as interactive into the form the graphical form. That part we will see in detail manners. What are the widget we can also utilize into the Python GUI. So Python GUI is what actually Python offers multiple options for developing the graphical user interface. So out of all the graphical user interface method, Tkinter is a modular. Tkinter is a library in the Python software or a Python tools. Whatever the ID you want to use, you can use. So Tinker is the most commonly used method, or we can say it is a library by which we can create the our Python GUI based programs. So it is a standard Python interface to the TK. TK is a Tinker library in short form, that is a reference variable we can say. So TK GUI toolkit shipped with the Python. So Python with the Tinker is the fastest and easiest way to create the GUI graphical interface applications. So what is our objective to understand the Tinker library to create the GUI based application using the Python programming. So creating a GUI using GUI means graphical interface using Tinker Tkinter library is an easy task we can say. So Python has a lots of the graphical user interface frameworks, but Tinker, that is a Tkinter library, is the only the framework that's built into the Python standard library. Tkinter has several standards, several advantages, several points where we can create the application, GUI-based application by the Python programming in simple way. So it is a clear cross-platform. Cross-platform means whatever the program I'm just developing over the Python library, Python using the Tkinter library, I can run the same code over the other kind of the operating system or cross platform we can say. So the same code works as on the Windows, Macintosh operating systems, Linux operating systems, other operating systems which are supporting by the graphical user interface. You may ask this question just like can we use the Tkinter library on the Linux? But definitely, but Unix is a command line interface operating system, so that is not possible by the Unix. So Linux, Macintosh operating system, Windows, we can say these are the GUI based operating systems, so we can easily see the output on the same panel or same channel easily. So visual elements are rendered using the native operating system element. So applications built with the Tkinter's look, they belong on the platform where they are running on it. So although the Tinker is considered the de facto of the Python GUI graphics or graphical user interface framework, so it's not without the criticism, but only the point we have to keep in mind, it is just only the graphical user interface. Something we have to keep in mind as a notable that the graphical user interface based whatever the program or the code we are writing built with the Tkinter library, and that look can be the outdated in some other places, but we will use today the Tinker library to understand the basics how we can do. So if you want to have the modern interface than Tkinter library, then you don't need to worry about. You can also develop whatever you want to do. So in the Python, if you have other options by which we can do, but Tkinter is a most famous and fast and easiest. As I already spoken a few couple of the minutes ago, it is a fastest and easiest way to develop your GUI based applications. So, however, Tkinter is basically a lightweight and a relatively painless to use compared to the other frameworks. So, this makes a very and it is a compelling choice to building the GUI applications, the Python programming, and especially for the applications from where we want to develop the some modern sheen is unnecessarily. So, and the top priority is to quickly build something that's we have the functional cross platform application. That's why we have this one. So let us see by the practical part how we can build the first GUI based application by using the Tkinter library. So I'm writing something in front of you, then you can easily see. So here I'm just writing the everything in front of you on the Jupyter Notebook ID. So I'm writing. Let us understand GUI based application on using. Tkinter library. Okay, this is the point. Please keep in mind. So I'm writing here everything in front of you. Now, point is what how to write the our code. So let us get the first GUI program. Okay, so this will help you to understand how we can do. So unlike the many modules or many libraries, we have to import the ticket library. So what is the name of the libraries? Tkinter, as I'm writing, please keep in mind Tkinter. Okay, so Kinter as TK. You can just keeping mind this TK nothing which is a reference variable. Whatever you want to do, you can change. You can change as according your demand. And now I'm taking the variable that is a X variable. Whatever variable you want to take, I'm taking a variable, nothing else, and a tk, that is our reference variable. And in this tk we have a class. So tinker is basically tinker is a library. We have the tk is a this class is exist. Okay, so this I'm writing here for helping purpose. Tk is a reference variable get to get all the methods. Okay, so it's very easily. And the point you have to keep in mind. So what is this t and k is a method. Okay, method that can be accessible by tk variable. So this tk variable just like our object. So after this point, what we have to do, we have to use a variable, that is we have created a dot main loop. Now, what is a main loop? What is all the things? So let us understand all the things step by step. So this a dot main loop I have written that defines or that tells the Python to run the Tkinter event loop continuously manner until unless we close that GUI based application which are running insidely our Python program. So this method listen for the event and such as the button clicks or key press. The key press and buttons click, these are the event name. So along with the GUI, we will try to understand the event driven programming using the Python libraries. So blocks and any code that comes after it from the running until you close the window where you call this method. So go ahead and close the window. You have to create it. That's the point we have to keep in mind. It's a few couple of the minutes. I have just explain everything. So this main loop will be applicable. So what it will we are doing, this is mandatory to use as an event to be called. Okay, to be called for closing or existing. I'm exiting from the window. Okay, that is the point. It's mandatory, we have to keep in mind. So and this loop inside backend, it will continuously go on until unless we close the specific window which is to be displayed in front of your screen. If I'm executing this code, now you will see the output. Let me execute. Now you can see the output you are not able to see. Why? Because it's still just continuously going on. So this you can see on this star. There's a star on the bracket. You can see in the Jupyter notebook, which defines that the content program is continuously executing until unless you close the particular window. And where is the window actually? The question we have. So window I will show by the sharing the entire screen rather than sharing only the Jupyter ID notebook. So I'm stopping the sharing. I'm sharing my entire screen where you can see the result. Now in between you can tell me if it is not visible to you. So I'm sharing my entire screen. Okay. So now I've shared my entire screen. It is visible to all right now. Then I will explain where we can see the window. Yes, it is now. Tell me, the entire screen visible to all.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
It's visible. So you can see the on this star is telling to us the program is continuously running background. So where is the window where we can see? So I'm just clicking on that part. You can see it is visible to all on the screen. The TK is coming and the feather kind of symbol is coming on the screen. And there are three it's button: minimize, restore, or maximize, or close. It is visible to all.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So now what is telling this to me? This is telling to us this is a window actually. So now a few couple of the minutes ago I've just run this program, and this is telling to us this is our program which is just defining the everything. So with the main loop is going on inside this. When I'm clicking on this close button, then you can see the star is not showing continuously. It means I have closed the window and I'm coming out the my main loop. Okay, so that's the point. Let me execute in front of you once again to show the output. Now run, and now it's again showing the window. And when I'm just clicking, see you can see a star is going on. So now it means the inside lay or backend lay, my program is just going on executing form. So I'm closing this window. Now you can see the result once again. So this is our simple and basic program we have seen. So unlike this one, we have many things we will see step by step. So here we will discuss the various widgets. So widgets is what and what is these things. So I'm telling you and I will tell the everything right now. So now I'm going to share the my screen. Yeah, okay. So now the question we should have in our mind: what is a widget? So widgets are nothing which are the bread and butter of the Python GUI framework. So, or it is basically widgets are the bread and butter for each and every GUI based application. On what are the example: label, button, entry. Entry means text box and text and frame. So I'm writing here for your notes purpose, as you can easily understand. Let us work with some widget. Okay. So now question we have: what is a widget? I'm writing the example so you can easily understand. What are the example? Label. You can easily see the information which are to be view. You can see on this cell I'm writing something. This is just similar to like the text box. Okay, text box. Okay, we can have the multiple text box. Of course, we can also have the multiple text box. Multiple text box. Okay, so in the Python programming and our Tinker library, this text box is known as the text and multi entries. Not this is known as the entry because we have a library, so that's why we have to use a library in terms of the methods. And the multiple text box we can also use a text, and like this one we have a button. Okay, if you remember the something very easily we can say. And we have a frame. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fives are the more, these are the five more important widget or for the Python library we will use to understand. So that's why we are going to understand all these things step by step. So what is mean by the label? Label means a widget or example of the widget that is used to display the text on the screen. That's why we will use this one. Now, if you're talking about the button, so button means a button that can contain some text or information and can perform an action when it was or it is to be clicked. So when I'm clicking on something, then I can easily see what is happening over it. Just like the exit button, close button, OK button, cancel button, yes or no button. We have just seen this example in our real life while performing anything on the any GUI based application. Entry. Entry just like a text. I have just written over a text box. A text entry we get that allow only a single line of the text. Whatever I'm writing over it, just like I can use. Just like example, I can take just write your roll number name. So that is the one line is sufficient. But whenever I need to write your address, whenever I need to write the anything which are required to deeply manner or details manner, then I can use the text. And text is just nothing which is similar to the multiple text box I can use, or multiple text information I can write, or we can say multiple text line, I can say multiple lines. So text means entry we get that allow the multi lines text entry. Frame is very important concept which allows to understand a rectangle region or the area which is used to group related widgets to provide the padding between the widgets. So that's why we will see this point right now. So these are the five basics widgets in the Tinker library. We will see one by one. So when we need to add the widget, so now you can have a window. Yes, you can also have the window by just running the program we have already seen. So you can add a widget, and the tk.labeler class that used to add the some text. So I'm writing here. Suppose I want to see the example of the label. So what I can do, I will just write the tk.label. Okay. So and in the say here I will pass some parameter. Okay, so some parameter for just understanding purpose I'm just writing simple example. So I can see the label on my window, but you can see in the previous example where I just seen only the window only. This program, first program I have written in front of you, which is showing only the window. I'm just showing only, but inside the window there are many other wickets is also applicable. So that's the important point. So here we are going to just explain the first thing step by step. So the which is the window we have is created that cannot easily required to change whatever we are doing, which is required to require. So it's better to I need to write a very basic program. Okay, then I can easily help you. Okay, so let us understand first begin, and that is a label. Okay, so here I am writing a program which will help you. So same thing, we have to copy, import, Tkinter as tk. Okay. Now I'm writing the right program, and I'm taking the v is our variable. You can also create whatever you want to do. Tk dot t and k. I'm just creating. A couple of the minutes ago I've already created. Now with the help of this variable b, I can create the label. So how I can create tk dot label. And what are the parameter? That is a parameter that is text. Okay. In text, I can write name of the student. Okay. Or I can print hello all students. Okay. Okay. So 20 batch, just like this one. I'm just writing. So this message will display on our window in form of the label only. That's the point. So now we need to do one more thing here. I have to use one more command, that is a pack. So this pack is what actually? Uh, okay. So this pack is means this pack is will telling to us we are just creating the label. Okay. So this pack is a method which help you to add the widget, whatever the widget I'm creating, label, text box, whatever, that will be add on the window. Okay, so we are using the pack method. This pack is nothing which is just to help you. The pack method I can write over here. The pack method helps you to add widget on the window. Okay, that's the point. Just like simple example, if you have seen the database after inserting the some information, but or after executing the such query we are not committing to the database, then it will not reflect to on the our database. So some like this some like this way we can say we are adding the label but it is not displaying on the screen. So how we can do, we can manage by the pack method. So pack is a method which is just helping you to add the widget on the window. That's why this is a simple command we have to keep in mind, and the rest of the thing will be v dot main loop. Okay, and why we are using this point, so you can easily understand. So this is an important point, so we have to keep in mind. Now I'm going to share my entire screen to show the result what we can see. So now I'm going to click on my star sharing the entire screen. Now you can see the result. Now I will execute this code in front of you, then you can easily see what we are getting. Now you can see on the top, see just I'm just executing once again. Just let me drag this window over here. Now are you able to see the screen where the label are showing the information hello all the student 20 batch? Is it visible to all? This is nothing which are just label. Okay, just like the student name, whatever I want to do.
Yes, sir.
Now it is Okay, so this is the one information we can see. Earlier we have just designed this program that is only showing by the window only, but when I'm just executing this code by adding the one widget, we can also do like this way. So this is the point we have to keep in mind. Unlike the level, we can also create the button, we can also create the many things we can also see. Just I'm just closing this window, so this loop will terminate. This loop means the main loop. Okay, now I'm showing this program once again to see. So this is only showing the window only. It does not have any kind of the bigot, but I'm closing this one. But this program I'm executing now, this is the window which are having by the label, that is the text. That is the point. Okay, so now I have the some more programs. So what I will do, I will write the everything in front of you. I write the all the codes, and one by one we will see where we have the all the things. So it is also possible to change the back color. It is also possible to change the fore color. Okay, so just like I'm just try to change something. Back color. Okay, busy. I'm just taking the suppose the background color. I'm taking the green. Okay, let me check. See, you can see the background color. I'm able to see I've changed to the green color. Let me, yeah. Okay. So we can also change the background color as a green. So it is also possible. So can we change the foreground color? Yes, it is also possible. So now I'm changing the FG means foreground color. I'm just taking the red only. Okay. Instead of the green red, you can also you can also use the some uh, hexadecimal notations from the color code. You can also use it. It's a choice. You have already seen the hexadecimal form color code in the paintbrush. So they same kind of the color you can color code, you can copy and paste over here, so it will also work. Let me show. Okay, so now you can see on the top, see the hello all students. So this is written by the red color, and the background of foreground color is having the green and, yeah, right. So I'm changing something. See, I'm just closing this window. I'm changing into the, rather than this one, it should be blue. Okay, and it should be white. Okay, let us check. Now it looks more beautiful. You can see now it is visible to all. Now we have changed the color and we are seeing everything properly. Okay, so it is also possible. So we can pass some parameters. So text is one parameter, BZ and FabZ are the our foreground color and background color. We can also see. Now it is also visible.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm closing this. So I'm just now. Let us understand the button part. Okay, so before this one, I would like to uh, tell everything. Foreground and white background color, we can also change it. But here I'm thinking about some button. Actually, it is also possible or not. So a button we can do. So I think I'm just thinking, yeah, title we can also change it. So I'm going to share my whole screen once again, and I will write the entire code in front of you. See. Okay, now let us understand uh, title and button. So here I'm just writing once again, all of you. What I'm doing, I'm just not changing anything. I'm just import Tkinter as TK, and I'm changing its title. Actually, title, how I can change it. So title I can change it by simple this way. So I'm taking W is my variable, and tk dot tk as it, I'm just copying as it is, and with all of this variable I can use the title method to change the title. So I can say write my uh, widget uh, window. This is the only title I'm taking. Whatever title you can take it. Over the screen you can see this is the document untitled Jupyter notebook is showing. This is what this is the title of. this tab. Here you can see the document. I'm able to see the my document on the tab title. So unlike this one, I can also see the my window title. Yes, sir, definitely also possible. Now, like this one, so I want to use the button. So I'm taking the BUT double TON, or I'm just taking the B only as a button. So with the help of this reference variable, I can use the button. So tk dot bu double ton button. In the button, which button you want to use? So I want to use the button. Okay. So I can pass the some parameter. So only read only, and text I can want to print on the button. That is a yes, yes, no, cancel. Here I just want to use something like width. Okay, so width I can assign. Width I can take the 20. Height I can also define. This my choice. And next is optional part. I'm taking the command equal to the w dot w is our variable. So with help of such variable, we can also use destroy. Okay, and now we can also use the b dot pack. Not B, it will come the W, because W is a variable of the Tinker library which is created by us. So W, with the help of W variable, we can pack, and now W, no, the button should be on the upper window. So we have to use the B variable for the button, and now with help of W for window variable, we can run the loop. Yeah. So R is not defining here. So let me check. R not okay. Not R. It should be W. Actually, it is integrated with that one. So W will come. Yeah. Now I have checked. It is perfectly working. So I will show the output one by one rather than the switching once again. So this code is running perfectly. I will show the example. In between, I would like to explain along with some more concepts which are related to our width and height part. So I can define the bit and I can define the height. So it's also possible. So it's optional height in bit. So but I'm just writing the height equal to suppose 45. I'm taking 45. Just only the random parameter. And let me check. So this comma should be rather than this one. Yeah. Yeah. So now it's working. I have checked over here. So I will show the output once again. So so button widgets are basically used to display the clickable buttons. So you can configure them to call a function where they are clicked. So you will cover how to call the functions from the button clicks in the next program. So for now, take a look at the how to create a style of a button. So in front of you, I'm showing how we can define its height and width, everything, whatever you want to do. So there are many similarities between the button and labels bucket. That's the point you have to keep in mind. Button is a where we're clicking something. It just represents something. So this is an event is occurring actually. So I'm just clicking on the button. So some information to be happen. So that is a means event. Event basically anything when I'm performing some action through the widget. So some action will result some information. That means this is our in event. So in many ways, a button is just a label that you can click. But the same keyword argument that you use to create and install label will work with the button widget. This is the point. So here I'm just showing an information, and here I would like to tell something more. Can we use this thing rather than this one? Can we use the foreground or background? Yes, it is also possible. It's optional. So I'm changing its background color. Suppose I'm taking the background color red. Okay, and foreground color I'm taking of such button is a O. green. Okay, it's just simple. So can we use this code? Yes, it's also working. So I've checked. Rather than the green, green is not visible to I will take the blue. So I will show the actual output after changing the my screen. Then I will tell you more detail about the entry. So now I'm going to share the my screen. Then you can easily see the everything. Now I'm going to click on the entire screen. See why I have to share my entire screen, because the output window is just coming on the window form. So I can able to share on the multiple window, that is not possible. So that's why I have to share the individual window. So again I have to share the output separately. It's better idea I'm sharing the entire screen. So in front of you I've just written this code. So we are importing the Tinker library and we are just creating a variable w means the window. You can take the abcd whatever you want to take, and title put in the my wicket window. Okay, I can write the my name over here. Okay, it's optional, so you can do. So b is our variable which is used to add or create a button widget. Okay, so with the help of the such tk reference variable, tinker library reference variable, I can use the button method, and I need to pass w is just nothing, which is the only the variable of the window I'm just passing over here. It means on this window this should be added. And text I'm taking the yes, and rather than text I can write here click me. Okay, whatever you want to change. Width I'm taking the 20, height I'm taking the 45, rather than time I'm just taking the 25 only, and width I can take the 40, and red color I'm taking, and I'm taking the blue color over here. It's optional, although some parameter are optional, you but some parameter is necessary. So text you have to take, else your button will not show anything. And we are just this button, so I'm packing this button variable on the my window, so that's why we have to do like this way. And w is a main loop, so because our window will do continuously show execute inside the backend loop, so that's why I have to take this one. Now I'm just going to click on this button, or this run button actually. So you can see the my button window, and I'm just like this way. So you can see this my gate window Viren, that is only title which is showing to you in front of you now. This b is just I've created click me. So this is a red color and blue color I have taken, so I'm clicking something. So when I click on this button, now you can see its color will change because this is a button actually. Okay, and by default after clicking it show the its default color. Now, and as a displaying purpose, or for showing purpose, we have the red color and blue color. So I'm clicking, so now you can see an event is occurring insidely, but nothing is to be action performed. So that an event which is known as the blank event is to be performed over here. So because we are not getting any input, or we are not getting anything from the output, just this is only the bucket we are added over here. This bucket is nothing, which is only the component of the graphical user interface. So what are the components I'm speaking once again? Label, frame, okay, windows is a good example, button, text, multiple text box. So we can also text. So this is a very simple example by which we will create the graphical user interface based programming in the Python library. So this is our simple things we have shown over here. So now this is the button. Now it is clear to all right now. Tell me yes or no. You can adjust the size accordingly you need, but you are not putting the width and height. So the based on text, its height and weight will be defined automatically. So this is the what, this is the what button and title we have seen. Now I have closed. Now it is clear to all right now. Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us understand a simple example. I'm just writing a simple example of text box. Okay, this text box we can see by the text begin. Okay, text begin. Okay, this simple. I'm writing the import Tkinter. Okay, it's as a tk, and I'm taking the t is just for the text purpose I'm creating, and tk dot tk I'm just taking, and I'm not changing any title over here. I'm just creating so t1 is equal to tk dot entry. Here we have to use entry. Okay, so entry is the name of the bucket we can see. And here entry we can say nothing is required to pass, and we can dot t1 dot pack. Okay, and t dot main loop, and let me execute this code. Tinker has no attribute. Tinker entry. Okay, entry we have. Tinker has no attribute. Just let me check. Let me take the capital. Yes. And let me close this one. Let me close this window. Yeah. So I'm executing this code. So you can see there's a some small windows coming in front of you, and now it's has this very small window. Yeah. Now I'm just yeah, this one. So this is a anti text box, like, so I can write anything over here. My name is okay XYZ. Okay, and so on. So what I'm typing from the text form. Okay, this is the point. Now you need to clear. Now it is clear to everyone. We have the entry. So this entry is nothing which is just only a blank, a blank, blank, uh, blank text box to be displayed. Can we change this color? Of course, we can also change the color, everything, whatever we want to do. You can also change. So I'm just taking the busy color. I'm taking the busy color blue. Okay, background color. Can we take the foreground color? Yes, of course, we can take the foreground color white. We can take it. Okay, let us execute this code and see it's working or not. So you can see if I'm typing anything, you can see everything is in front of you into the two different colors, which are foreground color and background color. So this is what this is our simple text box or text bucket we can do. Okay. So this is also possible. We can also add the multiple text box we can also add. Okay. So one by one we will see everything, but step by step we have to see. And I let me check text and I'm just writing default text. Is it also possible or not? Let us check. Yeah. So text is the option parameter. Default text we will not require to write. No, right. What is again option? Now I'm executing. So we can also use this one. Okay. So these are nothing. These are the simple programs which help you to understand how to write the many things into the simple format. And I'm pretty sure the Tinker libraries will help you to write the many things in simple way. If you use a Java programming language, you need to write the entire long code. If you need to go for the C++, it's very hard to write the GUI based programming, and troubleshooting is not easy. Same thing with the Java. But in the Python programming, if you want to develop GUI based application, just see within the few couple of the minutes you can easily create, and this will help you to understand everything. This will help you to understand everything how we can do. So with the help of the various libraries, we can also run everything properly. So here, suppose we want to get the multiple user input with the text wicket. So here I am writing the code, and then after sometimes I will execute all the code in front of you, and step by step we will see. So here, a multi-line. Okay, so very simple line I am writing here, multi-line text box. Okay, so same code you have to write. Import take Tkinter as a tk. Okay, tk and multiple lines. So I'm just writing the multiple text empty. Empty means multiple text I'm writing. I'm creating a variable like this way very easily. And here what I have to do, I have to do nothing, which just I have to use the variable which is known as a text box or text underscore box. You can take any variable, whatever. I'm just taking a text box as a variable, and I need to use a tk variable, and I need to use a text. Okay, text. This is the point. This text is what this is text method. I can write over here. This text method method is used to represent multi multi line multi-line text box. Okay, so we can take the input into the multiple line as well. Text box is just is variable. You can also take any other variable. This is only the variable only, nothing else. Rather than the text box, I can take the uh, T2 just like this one. Okay, variable name, nothing else, and T2 we need to pack only. Okay, and with the help of the empty, we can also use the main loop. Yes, of course, we can also use the main loop. And let me check it is working or not. Okay, so here we are getting the no model Tkinter is a Tinker. Actually, it's a typing mistake. So I'm updating. Now it's working. Okay, when I will share the my screen, then I will share whole screen. I will explain everything one by one with the help of the some output. In mean, I would like to explain the some other thing. So now you have already gone through the various 5 different baguette. So far we have seen the label, button, entry means for just text box, and text for the text, multiple text, and frame. But the frame is basically is important point. So let me give you more detail about the frame. Then I will show the all the outputs one by one. So far we have seen the 4. Okay, but except to the frame baguette. Frame widgets are more important for organizing the layout of your widgets in any applications. If you remember the various frames, then how we can write? You just see any website, any application where the our information are divided into those different parts. So the other part will not be disturbed because each and every thing is managed by the frame only. So before you get into the details about the laying out the visual representation of your widget, take a closer look at the how the frame widget works. Okay, so how you can assign other widget to them, that's a more important. So now here I'm just remembering simple example. This will help you to how we can use the frame. So here I will show the output of the multiple text line after sharing my entire screen. But before that, let me explain the. Let us understand the basic. Let us understand basic of frame widget. Okay, this is the important point. So if we are creating the frame widget, then how it will be written for inform the coding purpose and how it will show the output. So now I'm showing the simple thing, everything. I'm just doing nothing. I'm just writing the simple program and which library, which class or which method is required. Everything will be as it is. Everything will be as it is. Tinker as a TK. Okay. And here I'm just creating the frame. So I'm taking the f equal to tk dot tk like this. So I'm just creating nothing. And with help of the any variable, just like a frame you want to take it. So you can take a variable f1. Okay, a1. So with help of this library, we can also create the frame with the help of the frame method. And I'm just not doing anything. I'm just creating a blank. Okay, in the blank frame we are not able to see anything. It the and output will be uh, will be similar to blank window. Okay, I just only only plain window. Okay, this is the point. But we have also plain window, and we need to pack this one. So this F1 to be packed to the our um, window, and F dot main loop we can also run. Okay, okay. So now I've checked the output is perfectly working. No issue about that one. So unlike this one, we have to keep in mind many things are going on. So to get a feel for how this works, so we can write our code to create the two frame widget. Okay, two frame we can also create. It is also possible. Yes, it is also possible. So how we can create? So we can also create the our frame step by step. So here I'm just copying this part. I'm just copying as it is. We can say two frames we can also create. Yes, we also create. So I'm just keeping as it is all the thing. F1 F frame I'm creating. I'm just removing this output. Okay, and I'm creating the f2 equal to tk dot frame. Okay, now two frames are created and both frames are doing, I'm doing into the pack. So now two frames are added, but when I'm executing this code, my output will be shown nothing. So let us understand this output by adding the label. So what I will do, I'm just creating a first label. So after creating its frame, okay, so here I'm writing everything, creating two frame, okay, two frames, two frames variable. So first variable is f1, other one is a f2. Now here I need to create the label of the first one. Okay, so I'm creating L1 equal to tk dot label. Okay, here I need to pass some information. So text parameter I need to pass. I can write the first label I can write. Okay, and if you want to change the color, you can change whatever you want to do. You can change according you need. Okay, so I'm just keeping as it is now. Parallelly, what I have to do, L1 dot pack. Now L2 equal to, just copying, or just let me remove this parameter and let me execute this code. Yes, this code, and rather than the t here, I need to write the second. Okay, so I'm just adding over here now. So these are two are added, frames are also added, and let us check it's working or not. Yes, it's working. So I will show the output while seeing my entire screen. So we can also create the two frames while we are adding the two levels on the my frame. So what I'm doing, see here, what I'm doing here, we are creating two frames and adding two labels on them, yeah, yeah, this one. Okay, so you can do the many things as according you need. You can also assign anything whatever you want to do. It's a choice. Okay, so how you are managing, how you are handling, it's your point. So frame we have done, but here I want to show some more different result. Here there is another keyword, so which will help you to understand. Suppose I'm writing the master. See, I'm writing the master equal to f1. Here I'm writing the master. Master is what actually? This master will help you from which level belong to the which frame. Here what I'm showing, this output is showing only the level on the windows only. But this is a mandatory part. Master is what doing? Master. So I can use here master parameter. Okay, master parameter will help you to decide which level belong to which frame. That's the point. If I'm executing this code, is it working or not? So now it's working. And what I'm just copying this code as it is. I'm just writing, and I'm replacing. What I'm doing, I'm writing the f1 to f2, and I'm just writing like this way. Let's see what the output we are getting. Yeah, it's two frames are replaced. So these two frames by using replace exchanging exchanging frames layout. Okay, that is the point. I'm just writing simply.